Arts-Centric showcases the creative world of the Arvada Center. In this segment, actors prepare for the production of The Lion in Winter. Nail-biting swordplay opens the Arvada Center's The Lion in Winter.
The character of Henry, the king, is training his youngest son, John, kind of in the art of swordplay to try and teach him how to defend for himself as the aging king that he is.
It's a tale of a dysfunctional family of sorts, says director Philip Sneed.
The Lion in Winter takes place in 1183, and it takes place over a 24-hour period on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And Henry II is letting his wife Eleanor out of prison for the holidays. He has had her imprisoned because she has led a rebellion against him.
How dear of you to let me out of prison.
It's only for the holidays.
At the heart of it, King Henry and his wife each want a different son to become the next king.
Well, we all have daddy issues in this play. Richard is now the eldest son. There were 4 sons, and the eldest son has died. Richard, of the 3 sons, is the most renowned warrior, and as he's now the eldest son, expects kind of everything to be given to him. His father feels opposite because he and his father are not close. He's a mommy's boy. And the young son, John, who Art fights in the beginning, Henry, is his favorite child. So he wants John to be king. Richard thinks he should be king. And if he's not going to give it to him, he's kind of planning to take it.
We need to see a much stronger decision about what you're going to do.
Director Philip Sneed is no stranger to the center. As a boy, he lived across the street before the center was even built. When the center opened in 1976, he was among the first actors to perform here. After 26 years on the West Coast, Sneed says he's glad to be back in Colorado as artistic producer for Boulder's Shakespeare Festival and directing The Lion in Winter at the Arvada Center.
The 2 most important things I want to say about the play are that it's a comedy and it's funny. That's the first 2. So,
sharing his vision with the cast as rehearsals got underway, Sneed also touched on a tender side of the play.
And I think what's going to be fun to work with is to find how we get to the end of the play where we see that you 2 really do love each other and that you are well matched.
And on the way to the end of the play, there is plenty of sparring, both verbal and physical.
I'm like the earth, old man. There's no way around me.
The eldest surviving son, Richard the Lionhearted, as he's known, is played by fight choreographer Jeffrey Kent.
It's not a fight show by any means, but it's got a lot of physicality. The stakes are high. People are really fighting for what they want, and that tends to erupt into little moments of violence. Certainly by the end of the play, they're about ready to kill each other.
Hours upon hours of rehearsals went into perfecting the fight scenes, using lifelike swords.
They're real in the sense that they are made of steel, and they are indeed probably about as heavy as they were in the period that they were used. They're not sharp. We try not to give actors anything that's sharp. But swung at someone incorrectly, they're certainly quite dangerous. Thrust, boom, raising diagonal. Whoop, hold there. Oh, we just lost a move, and I want to make sure we don't get it out of our body. There's that rising diagonal as you travel, yeah? That's okay. The main goal of a staged piece of violence is that it should look dangerous for the characters, but be safe for the actors. And to get it to do both of those things, as I said, takes a lot of time. And the main things we want to do is make sure they're working in a way that they can't actually hit each other. They're actually so far apart, only their swords can hit. So it's kind of like, ha, ha, and then he comes at me for a third, and it goes there, and I just, ha, ha, come on. You know, like you're showing that you're earning advantage on him, but You're just not taking the advantage.
The play takes place in the medieval castle.
The color theme for this particular show is imitating what the real castle in Chinon was like. So they're colors of gray and creams and dark grays and blacks. I think set-wise we've created an atmosphere that will be really stunning visually and also be extremely supportive of the storyline. With all of the game playing and all of that strategizing that's going on, inside of the play, we felt like it would be fun to enhance that with the idea of the chess format and how that's configured into this castle that's broken down that was inhabited in 1183.
In some ways, A Lion in Winter is a play of contrast, says director Sneed. What should be a holiday filled with warmth is set in a cold season, in a cold castle.
And yet there's love there, because at the end what we're left with is that Henry and Eleanor really do love each other. He has a mistress.
fun. I haven't got a thing to lose, and that makes me dangerous.
He's put her in prison.
Jealousy looks silly on us, Henry.
Yes, doesn't it?
You still care what I do.
I want the Aquitaine for Joan. I want it, and I'll have it.
But they still really love each other, and they are suited to each other. I think it's a hugely funny and entertaining play, and I think the material is so good, and I'm so pleased with this cast. Every single one of them, I think, is very, very strong, and I think people will have a good time.
Could you beat him on the field? You could? But John, I won't be there.
Let's fight him now!
How can I? There's no way to win.
The Lion in Winter runs January 25th through February 20th. For tickets, go online to arvadacenter.org or call the box office at 720-898-7200.